in the Demo4 hall. This is where we'll be building the Demo4 system. And Demo4 is a high temperature superconducting magnet. So we have 14.
A fusion power plant starts with a magnet that refuses to quit. Up close, the magic looks like metal, cables, bolts, and countless careful choices. Yet the real story is invisible: how current moves through superconductor tape, how heat is pulled away, and how the whole structure holds together under load. In Tokamak Energy's Demo4 hall, engineers test a complete set of high-temperature superconducting coils in a true 3D Tokamak shape. This is not a small coupon test. It is a system built to be cooled, powered, measured, and trusted before scaling up into the next generation of fusion machines. Demo4, up close. Walk into the Demo4 hall, and the first feeling is scale. Matt, a senior magnet engineer, gives the tour. This is the biggest magnet demonstrator the team has built so far, and it is meant to look and behave like a real Tokamak coil set, not a single lab coil on a bench. The heart of the system is a ring of 14 toroidal field limbs. Think of them as the curved ribs that would wrap around a plasma in a future machine. Each limb holds a pair of pancake coils stacked together, so every limb becomes a double pancake unit. When all 14 limbs are arranged into a cage, the geometry becomes fully three-dimensional, which is exactly the point. A power plant magnet is never flat, never simple, and never forgiving, so the test article cannot be either. Above and below that toroidal set sit two poloidal field coils. They are like the top and bottom helpers that shape and steady the overall magnetic pattern. By building the toroidal and poloidal coils into one integrated structure, Demo4 lets the team see what happens when a full family of coils has to live together in the same cold, tight space. The goal is confidence. If the coils behave as expected here, in the same kind of 3D layout a reactor would use, then the same design rules can be carried forward into a much larger, heavier magnet set. If something surprises the team, it is far better to learn that lesson now, inside this demonstrator, than later on a machine that must produce fusion power. The insulation idea that changes everything. One of the main reasons Demo4 exists is to prove an insulation concept at full scale. The toroidal field coils do not use a fully sealed turn-by-turn electrical insulation. Instead, they use a patented, partially insulated approach that lets a small amount of current share between turns. That sounds risky until you think about what can go wrong in a superconducting magnet. If a tiny section warms up, resistance can appear, and the current will try to find a safer route. A little controlled sharing can help the coil protect itself, spreading current and heat rather than letting a hotspot grow. That is why Demo4 uses 14 identical limbs, not just one. It gives the team a full toroidal field array to validate how this partial insulation behaves when every limb is energized and the whole cage pulls inward. The poloidal field coils, by contrast, are built as fully insulated magnets. When you apply current to them, the magnetic field appears right away because the current stays on the intended path. With the partially insulated toroidal coils, the current can take time to settle through the winding, slowly filling the spiral route and building the field more gently. Having both styles in one machine is not a complication for its own sake. It lets engineers compare behaviors, tune protection methods, and decide what belongs where in the next generation, making dozens of coils that all match. Demo4 is also a manufacturing exam, and it is graded harshly. To build the toroidal set, the team had to produce 32 identical toroidal pancakes. 2 pancakes make one limb, and 14 limbs make the full cage. On top of that, the poloidal system required another 16 identical pancakes to form the 2 coil stacks. Making one beautiful coil is hard. Making 48 coils that are the same is harder, because any small variation repeats as a system-level problem. That repetition forces real discipline. Every layer of superconducting tape has to sit where the model expects it. Every joint, clamp, and insulation feature has to be made the same way, not just good enough once. Processes have to be written down, trained, and followed because a future power plant cannot be built like a one-off art project. Demo4 turns that reality into a daily routine. If a step is awkward, slow, or too sensitive, the team finds out fast, because the step must be repeated again and again, and when a step works, it becomes a template the company can scale. The payoff is more than workmanship. By the time the last pancake is installed, engineers have learned what tolerances they can truly hold, what tools they need, and what checks catch problems early. That knowledge is as valuable as the magnet itself, because it decides whether power plant scale is a plan or just a slogan. Forces you can't fake in a small lab coil. A full coil set does more than make a field. It makes force. As the current rises, each toroidal limb wants to squeeze towards the center, and the structure has to take that load without shifting, cracking, or warming up. Demo4 is built to test those fusion-relevant forces in a controlled way. The team is especially interested in the compressive stress on the center column region, where the push from many coils adds up. This is the kind of stress that can turn a tiny design weakness into a real failure, so it has to be measured, not guessed. The coils themselves also need support around the superconducting tapes. The tape stack must be held firmly, yet it also has to survive a cool down from room temperature to cryogenic temperature without being damaged by uneven shrinkage. So Demo4 tests support structures, clamping methods, and how the coil pack moves when everything is cold and under load. Then there is the interaction test. The toroidal and poloidal coils do not act alone. Their fields overlap, their forces couple, and their protection systems must cooperate. System-level interactions like that are hard to capture with single coil tests, which is why Demo4 exists as a full 3D array. Every run produces data that feeds back into modeling and design tools. When the measurements match the simulations, confidence grows. When they do not, the model improves and the next magnet design becomes smarter. The hidden machine, power, and cryogenics. From a distance, it is easy to think Demo4 is just the coils, but the real machine includes everything that keeps those coils alive. The magnet sits inside a cryostat, a sealed vessel that lets the system run in a vacuum while it is cooled to cryogenic temperatures. On top of the cryostat, you can see thick copper bus bars. Those bars carry current from power supplies in the plant room and deliver it to the top plate of the magnet system. From that top plate, dedicated current leads take the electricity down through cooling stages. At the first stage, the leads are cooled to roughly 70 Kelvin, which cuts heat leak before the current goes deeper. Below that, custom high-temperature superconducting bus bars take over and route the current to the magnet support structure at around 20 Kelvin, right where the coils live. Cooling needs more than one trick. 10 cold heads sit on the top plate, and their capacity is shared between the toroidal set and the poloidal set. Those cold heads are tied to heat exchangers. Through the exchangers, supercritical helium gas is cooled down to about 14 Kelvin and sent through the cryogenic circuit. The helium flows down towards the coils, pulls heat out of the cold mass, and then returns upward to be recooled and sent around again. This loop is how the system stays cold while current and forces rise. In other words, Demo4 proves not only that the magnet can work, but that the support infrastructure can run it safely and repeatably. Watching every signal, then reusing the whole lab. When Demo4 is energized, the real action moves to the control room, where integration engineer Sam Brown keeps watch. Engineers watch streams of signals coming in from all over the machine. Temperatures tell them where heat is leaking or building. Voltage taps help spot any section that starts to behave resistively. Current readouts confirm exactly what is being driven into the coils, and field measurements show what the system is actually producing, not what anyone hopes it will produce. On the screens, these signals appear as traces that change over time, sometimes slowly, sometimes in sudden steps. During a run, the team monitors live limits and safety thresholds. After a run, they go deeper with offline analysis to understand details that are easy to miss in the moment. That mix of real-time protection and careful post-test study is what turns a demonstration into a design tool. And the story does not end when the main Demo4 test campaign ends. Once the magnet is removed, the lab is left with a powerful magnet test facility. It can deliver currents on the order of 10 kiloamps and provide hundreds of watts of cooling power, enough to test other large coils. So Demo4 is both a milestone machine and a platform. It validates today's coil set, and it also builds the place where tomorrow's magnet technology can be proven. Demo4 shows what progress in fusion really looks like. It is not one heroic test, but many careful checks, coils that match, insulation that behaves, structures that hold, and cryogenics that keep everything cold while the current climbs. By running a full 3D toroidal and poloidal coil set together, the team learns how magnets interact as a system, and that knowledge feeds directly into better models and stronger designs. When the campaign finishes, the facility stays, ready for the next coils. Step by step, this is how a future power plant earns its confidence. Each lesson moves fusion nearer reality.